And because it's black and white, it's quite nice. Anything in black and white is very hard to mess up with the level adjuster. Same with the whole color balance or even the dodge tools, because there's no color for it to turn into a complete different level. What I mean by that is that you're working here. Here's the color picker. You're working only in this little band right here. What typically happens with level or even the dodge burn brushes and stuff that's quite dangerous is that you want to bring, say, let's put our cursor right here. You want to bring this color to a lighter color, to a lighter value, which should bring you to, say, here. Right, but those brushes tend to not only do this but brings the saturation up at the same time. So if I use an orange dodge brush, let's go to orange here, right over here, and I want to dodge, say, a yellow light, a very very desaturated yellow light, and I started from here. What's going to do is going to start going more and bring it all the way over here, which is not the case. The light doesn't work this way, right? If you shine a light on something, by getting it closer, it's not going to make the saturation of the local objects get more intense, right? It doesn't really work that way. So it tends to make things very, and I'll just do a demonstration of it here. Let's see. So I'll do a quick, oops, I have this layer locked. I want to unlock it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dodge this sucker here with the orange brush here. You can see what's going to do. Okay, so say I want to make this stuff light on fire, and I have this on 10%. Okay, and so it starts to look good. It's nice, it's nice and settled. But as you can see, as I press and continue on, it's going to bring this color into way saturated values here. You can see, boom, it's like, it looks kind of nice for certain things like fire. It actually kind of does work, but you see, and if I keep going, it gets into some silly cartoony colors. All right, so for example, I do on this guy here, and also without edge control, everything looks all airbrushed and fake. Right. So this brush is quite dangerous, and you'll see me use it once in a while in the other tutorials I'll do. But when you use this, you have to be very, very careful with it to not allow it to do this type of things, unless you absolutely want it to actually get that kind of effect. But in general, I avoid this brush and just paint to a value, right, which is a lot safer. So you can see here, very, very saturated orange. Okay, but this brings up a good point about value. I have a layer here. Well, in this one's black and white, but when you're working with color things, let me undelete that. Okay, you can always do a new layer and paint that black and then set on saturation. And what that does is it shows you everything without the color. So you could just leave this layer all the way on the top. You can see it here, all the way on top. And by putting turn on and off, you could just check your values. So in this one, for example, I click it off, I can tell the value here is way too bright. The only way to get this is some kind of very strong artificial light or fire or giant beam of light hitting it. So it's quite unnatural, and you can see that by turning it off. So I'm going to delete that. Boom. Okay. So here's kind of the finished painting, and let's just go over a few more notes here. What we did. Let's turn on the. Let me lock this just in case. Okay. Let's turn off what I worked on, and here's the original. Okay, so story remains the same, but we brought a lot more energy, a lot more design and composition into the piece by making it this way. And it also has a lot of mini stories going on. I like production paintings that has mini stories. So what I mean by that is we zoom in here, you kind of see, the general audience looking at it could get a sense of, what are these guys talking about? Maybe this guy is talking to this guy about something, he's like, should we go attack this guy, blah, blah. And if we zoom in here, they have their own story. These walkers. This guy, maybe he's catching up, his buddies in a firefight, his little friends are coming in to flank the enemy, right? You could create these little stories within these paintings. And even if you zoom in here, you could say, oh, these little fighter pilots are coming in, they're gonna bomb the scene, another story. And then you go here, is one more story. It's like these dudes are maybe the leaders, and where other troops are gonna go flank these guys by going underneath this destroyed building. So all these things work independently. But however, if you zoom out, they also work as a whole. And this generally makes the painting a little bit more fun for the viewer to watch. So when they see this, they're like, okay, cool, it's a vehicle. They can also go around and go, oh, I see there's some cool stuff here, and oh, there's some other stuff here. They start creating stories in their head, making actually more stuff happen in your painting than what you intended. So you kind of just give them the beginning stage of indication of, here's the story. Now let your imagination take it over. And so that saves time, that makes your painting more lively, and it gives a lot of creative energy to the actual viewer themselves. So hopefully you can pull that off in your paintings as well. So that wraps it up for this one. So basically I'm going to be doing a bunch of these hopefully, and let's move on to the next and see you in the following video. All right, bye bye.